Good morning, Pokefans. Welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Matt, and we're going to continue our seasonal rank climb using a team that we built from scratch. Happy Thursday, folks. I apologize for not having anything yesterday. I had to wake up early in the morning so that I could look for a physician. I've been making some terrible health decisions, and I think it's about time that I got off that horse and decided to get a little bit more healthy. So I'm looking around to see if any doctors are accepting more patients so that I can have a generalized visit to address some of the issues that I currently have and hopefully start changing a lot about my lifestyle. I want to make some changes. So that's why I had to go to bed early so that I can get that done, because otherwise, by the time I wake up, I'm literally on my way out the door to go to work, and I can't do that if I can't look for a doctor, because by the time that I get like a chance to, it's like 7 at night. There's no doctors open then, besides like emergency rooms, and I'm not going to go for a generalized visit there. So yeah, that's why. Still looking, haven't found one yet, but put my feelers out there. So cool. We're not going to be competing this weekend for the Grand Challenge. I think it's number 4. Yeah, we're not competing this weekend because we're going to be focusing on 2 different things. A, getting Regulation I started for my team, because we have a double restricted format. So I'll need to be testing the secondary legend that I will have and see what my team synergy is going to be looking like. If you guys want to see some videos of that research, let me know, and I can possibly like record those and throw them up on the channel. Instead of a VGC match, you and I will actually get a little bit more familiar with Pokemon and see what works and what doesn't work. We also have the Georgia regionals this weekend, so I'll be paying attention to those and watch them as they go. Last updates, we finally got the confirmation that this weekend is free. I don't have to work this weekend, which means more time for me to relax, get some of the stuff that I've been wanting to get done. Oh crap, I forgot my notes at work. Anyways, so yeah, I get to stay home, focus on some improvements, focus on recording some more content, and if I just feel like relaxing, I can. And yeah, and because we don't have to work this weekend, because I took off yesterday, I'm gonna give you guys a video for Saturday, and just to kind of make up for the 6 battles or the 6 videos that you get. I mean, like 5 is still fine, but I figured that if I can record that video for you, then it'll be fine. Anyways, that's all that I really have. I don't want to take up too much of your guys' time, but now that the updates are done, announcements are through, let's go ahead and get into our matches for today. Wish me luck, because I'm definitely going to need it. Okay, we've got Miraidon, Incineroar, Iron Jugulus, I think that's what it is, Sableye, Cresselia, and Clefairy. Now this is funny. I do not know what the plan is here. Absolutely not. I think Iron Jugulus has access to Tailwind. If I recall correctly, it does do it. Does everyone use it to do that though? I do not know. But because they have Sableye, I do have to kind of take it with a grain of salt, 100%. So I think Farigiraf and Chiampao is going to be in my future here, that we can kind of deal with not only Incineroar but Iron Jugulus. But we also can get rid of feeling the whole prankster thing with Sableye. If I need to Terra, then I can Terra. And then after that, if I don't have to worry about Trick Room, and if I can if they do Tailwind and I do Trick Room, I obviously become faster, so that's not a big deal. But Zama for sure, and I think, yeah, we'll go Fluttermane. It's really weird. Like I want to do Whimsicott. I think that's going to be like the biggest thing that I have to worry about, but I don't know. I have absolutely no idea how this team is going to work. I'm playing against a player that's in the top 1,000, so hopefully we have some sort of strategy, some sort. Miraidon, Sableye, Chiampao, and Rathrig. So fake out, none of that nonsense. Let me go ahead and just use Hyper Voice and Ice Spinner into Miraidon, because I do believe I outspeed. They're gonna Terra. This is gonna go straight to Miraidon. I'm gonna lose Chiampao here. I don't have Helping Hand. Terra Electric, okay. I don't have Helping Hand. I think Helping Hand would be really helpful. I'm gonna lose it. Okay, Reflect. Okay. Ice Spinner because I do outspeed. Yeah, it's going to take that comfortably because of Reflect. But I do get rid of the fields. Boosts instead. Okay. Okay, Hyper Voice does nothing to Sableye. It is going to hit Miraidon. Very little, but it is going to hit him. Okay, so... would be... target to swap to. I'm going to protect on Farigiraf. No one really would be good to swap into. Actually, let's swap to Fluttermane. Call back Chien-Pao. Swapping in Flutter. As I think they're also going to swap. They have booster energy. If they don't swap Miraidon, it might be a little trouble for them. We'll see. They swap Sableye. Okay. Probably Incineroar. Oh, boys. Oh, boys. Calling it. Certainly calling it. About charge. It's not bad. It did do quite a bit to Incineroar, though. It did do quite a bit to Incineroar. That's... Hyper Voice. And I'm going to Moonblast into Incineroar. Okay, go for another boost. Now, Incineroar really taking that much damage, that's actually really bad. Faster than Incin, that's interesting. U-turn. Okay. Are you gonna go back into Sableye? Probably. Yep. Okay. So we'll protect. Rhydon has a +2. Special attack and defense. And they still have Reflect for 2 more turns. Let's go ahead and hit just some Rhydon, just chip him down. I outspeed, so I don't have to worry about it too much. It's the screener. Gotcha. I mean, it wasn't going to take a ton of damage anyway. Interesting. That's a +3. You're pretty much playing it like a Terapagos. Pretty much. Let's just go on Hyper Voice. And I'll just take down Sableye. Withdraw Sableye. Here comes Incineroar again. No, it's not. The fairy. Okay. Bro, how far are you gonna go take this? Plus nonsense. You're like gonna take it like +6. It's gonna be so hard to take down this Miraidon, I swear. Now, obviously, they brought in Clefairy to kind of either use It's got Friend Guard, obviously, but it could use Life Dew. No Follow Me's. So I'm just lowering down for this as a possibility. It is +4. So there's a good chance that this the fairy is going to get taken down. Yep, okay. That's the whole reason why I have lowered down the partners, because they're going to knock themselves out. I don't really have to worry about anything. Let's go and bring out Shin Pao. Bring out Shin Pao. This is going to be really interesting. There's Ensign. Zama. I think Zama would be able to handle it. No, let's just let Farigiraf go down. I think that's the best choice of action that I have. Protect on Chien Pao. Yeah, because it's gonna do that. Barry's gone, and Sin's gonna go down. It's just Farafrig and Farigiraf goes down, Incineroar goes down. It's just Sableye and Miraidon. That's +4. This might be Scarf. I mean, it might. I don't think it's Scarfed. I think it's Spect. They might have a chance here. I'm gonna test it. Let's see what happens. Now, Wide Guard will protect me from the Parabolic Charge. I'm also going to do damage against it. Maybe a Wisp. That's okay. Body Press is going to be affected by that, unfortunately, but that's fine. I don't really need to worry about that, but that's the reason why we brought Farigiraf more than anything else. It also had access to Fake Out, can also do other things, but I'm not worried about it. Dragon Pulse is not choiced. And you got me. You absolutely got me. Alright, Reflect wore off. I thought it would be because of how it was doing. No, I completely forgot. It Calm Mind like 4 times. I didn't remember until now. But yeah, it Calm Mind 4 times. It wasn't choiced. Protect. That's a good call. Excellent call. Reflect, so it's not Light Screen. That's probably Sash. And it's probably Sash. I'll just hit it. You can probably do Parabolic Charge. It's only got 4 supporting moves. Pulse. Barely Live. Body Press. It's not going to be as strong. They do have Reflect. Yeah. I just wanted to see it, and... Ooh. Yeah, no. We're good. I just wanted to see what the damage would look like. At +4... Well, that's only special defense, right? But I'm Will-O-Wisp. And they have both screens up. So a very, very defensive build. It kind of feels like what Terapagos should be played like. Absolutely. If you take out Miraidon and put Terapagos there, there's like a 1-to-1 comparison. Use Incineroar for Fake Out as well as Intimidate and like U-turns or Parting Shot to go in and out of the battlefield. You then have Sableye to come in to do Will-O-Wisp, the screens, and then X. Because I never saw what the last move was, it suggests either Fake Out or just something neutral, probably like Helping Hand or something like that. I don't know. Could also have been Weather. It's uncertain. And Clefairy, they can easily just take a couple hits from Parabolic Charge and then heal itself up with Life Dew. It's a really, really good strat. Absolutely good strat. And then you have Miraidon, who not only has access to Parabolic Charge, which is insane, but you have the Electric Train that gets boosted, you Terra Electric that can do everything. I don't know what the item was. It didn't say like if it was like Life Orb. I don't think it was meant to be an attacker. It might have just been either a sash or a berry or something. I don't know. That was really, really interesting though. I don't know what else I could have done differently, but I played that the best way that I possibly could. Okay, we have Ice Rider, Calyrex, Indeedee Female, Incineroar, Whimsicott, Urshifu, and Fluttermane. Now this is more of a typical thing that I would probably see at a regional, depending on how it's built, right? You could do a not so fast Calyrex and then just kind of build like a Tailwind team, or you can go with just a Trick Room setting thing and just kind of go from there. In either case, having Fergraph and Ogerpon is going to be my best opening thing. It's depending if it's like, if they bring in Indeedee, I'm able to get the KO and force them to Terra. If they bring out Incineroar, I'm able to Terra and kind of force, you know, stuff out that way. Because they can't stop Fergraph for any reason. If it's Fluttermane, I won't outspeed, I'll underspeed. If it's Whimsicott, I'm gonna underspeed, but Trick Room reverses it. I do have options, obviously. I'm gonna bring out Zama and I'll bring in Chien-Pao. We'll leave Fluttermane and Whimsicott in the back. Now, Fluttermane is not going to be able to take any damage from this thing. Chien-Pao is, and I don't know what that Urshifu could be, but we'll see, obviously. But because they do have Calyrex, a general idea that Pokemon are on this team is going to be generally slower. I wouldn't be surprised if all of them are. Whimsicott and... okay, Incineroar. So they're kind of forcing me to make a decision. I either don't go into Trick Room or let that or activate thing. Okay, so let's go ahead and Imprison. And then I'm gonna Terra. And I'm gonna take out Whimsy because I need it to go away. Like immediately. I don't really care for what Incineroar is gonna do. He can't Fake Out. And Intimidate is automatically gonna hit on Ogerpon now. So I'm going to Terra, get the +1 back, so it'll be neutral, and then I can swap them out next turn, after I take out those Whimsicott. But I think Parting Shot is just going to go back into Calyrex. Okay, there's the Tailwind. Knock off. The Fergraph almost gets the KO, but I am super bulk here. Okay. Whimsy lives because of Sash. Imprison. Shuts down. I'm gonna hit Incineroar. Shuts down, protects. You don't have access to those anymore. Now I do have to be careful. Endeavor. Bringing an Ogerpon down to 1 HP. Oh yeah, you outspeed me now. That's right. Like, oh no. Well, nope. That's a good call. That is an excellent call. Okay. Chien-Pao. Let's just go ahead and activate Trick Room, shall we? And I'll just Sacred Sword Incineroar unless they take down Fergraph now. Encore cannot Armor Tail. Sacred Sword. Ooh, on the Incineroar, almost gets the KO even with the Life Orb. You get a Citrus Berry, get back up to full health. Flare Blitz into Chien Pao, which is going to get the KO. But damages by the recoil, does not get KO'd, but Trick Room is now up, which is going to set up Ice Rider. So I have two turns? I have 2 turns to get ahead on this, right? 2, 1. You've got to be kidding. Well, they can't reset it. It's Hyper Voice. And I'll just go ahead and body press. It's a double. Oh, I took him down 1 turn too late. Body press goes into nothing. Tail left. It wouldn't have been too bad if I just did like the protect game, but now they've set themselves up really good. Out comes Urshifu. And Alex. Alright. Wide Guard and Hyper Voice. It's the only thing I could think of. Figured that was gonna happen. I take no damage though. It's combat. Still take little damage. Very little damage. We'll just continue on with this. It's the only thing I have. They pretty much got this though. They absolutely have this. I don't see myself winning. Okay, Zama's gonna go down. I played into their hands as soon as I activated Trick Room. I had to though, because otherwise I wasn't going to be able to do anything, but them walking in with Tailwind to do those and then just kind of make those onslaughts of moves against my team, it made it really hard to combat. The Endeavor knockoff really screwed me. That really screwed me. I now know for next time, absolutely, if I ever see a Whimsicott that has a sash, I'm going to immediately think that they're going to use Endeavor. And that's going to teach me to go, okay, you want to use that move? Spike Shield. I think Endeavor does proc Spike Shield, which will knock itself out. I think. I could be wrong. Okay, we've got Shadow Rider Calyrex, Rillaboom, Urshifu, Incineroar, Clefairy, and Tornadus. Yay. So this is going to be a very fun one. We do have a couple of options that we can go with. Trick Room could be part of the options, but I don't think that's going to be what I go for. Realistically, I don't. Let's go ahead and go with Whimsicott and Chien Pao. Zamazenta. Oh, I want to go Chien Pao. It would be better to go Fluttermane just to take down Tornadus, but I don't think they're going to open up Incineroar Tornadus. I think it has to be Shadow Rider because you have to give them 1 to 2 turns to be able to knock people out. So that's why I'm like, it's just the better one. Actually, Yes. And then Zama, and then Ogerpon. That's who I'll bring in. I'll leave Fluttermane in the back. Now, Fluttermane could do incredibly well here. I'm already assuming that they're going to have Shadow Rider turn 1, and I'm already assuming that they are going to Terra out into the typing that they're going to need, because you don't want to have your Pokemon out there. Okay, they do Clefairy and Incineroar. Okay, Intimidate goes off, which is unfortunate, but I do get the defense down because of my ability. Now, we're going to go ahead and proc Tailwind because I need to go fast. Terra, Sacred Sword into Incineroar. Now, they could swap out and bring in Shadow Rider, which then means I did nothing. I don't know if that's going to be the case, though, but I am going to resist the Fake Out. And I'm going to do as much damage as I possibly can. Now, I don't think that I KO Incineroars with Champ House with the set that I have. I think I have to be adamant to get the ability to. Fake Out goes into Champ House, so we guessed that one correctly. Tailwind, because I need to go fast. Vroom, vroom. No follow me. Sacred Sword. Bop. Oh! Oh, okay, that was a crit. Okay. Was hurt by the Rocky Helmet. Was then hurt by the Life Orb. Sing. Misses. Chi and Pow. Let's go ahead and hit you. And actually, I'm gonna hit you instead. And I'm gonna swap to, yeah, let's do Zama. Zama's actually be a better option. Swap. Out comes Zama. Get my defense boost. Withdraw its Incineroar. Here comes Calyrex. Please. Probably. It is. A lot of people catch it in the Master Ball. Bump, 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 bump. Protect on the fairy. Bump, bump, bump. There you go. Let's go ahead and do this. And did they have follow me? You know what? Just in case they have follow me, I'm gonna protect. And I'm gonna Behemoth Bash the Clefairy. Protect here. There's, yeah, okay, good. Good. Good, 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 good. Bash. Into the Clefairy. That does a ton of damage. Nasty Clot's getting ready for next turn. Okay. It's Moonblast. Go into the Clefairy. And let's click Wide Guard and thinking that they're just gonna Master Barrage. Okay, there is the swap. Here comes Incineroar or Rillaboom. It's Incineroar. Okay, Intimidate, which is gonna hit the bull. It's actually really bad again. Oh, it's not good. It's fine on Whimsicott. I don't care. There you go. It's fine on Whimsicott. It's not necessarily good on Zama, but I know that. Ooh, Astral Barrage does nothing. Thanks for playing. It doesn't affect body press, but it still does something. I mean, it might still offset it, right? Does it offset it? Okay, out comes Urshifu. This is Rapid Strike. Okay. So I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna crunch Calyrex. Dang it. I was like, I'm gonna crunch the Calyrex. This will be my time to shine. Nope. Maybe the body press into Urshifu was the best one, but that's okay. Crunch, for anyone that doesn't know, is pretty high numbers of damage. So there's actually a really, really good chance that I can KO it here. Drop some defenses. So we're gonna Moonblast that slot. And are you gonna Terra? Now that you know that I have Crunch? I'm gonna assume that, and I'm gonna hit you with Behemoth Dash. Oh, you withdraw it. Okay, not bad, not bad. Because now here comes out Clefairy. So it should be. That's a Sash. Nope. This is just gonna be Calyrex versus Whimsicott and Zamazenta, as this is gonna do a ton. Now, Behemoth Bash is affected by the Intimidate. So that would have done something, because I don't have any investment into attack at all. Okay. They still haven't used their Terra. They have not. So I'm gonna go ahead and Moonblast and how long do I have Talon for? 2 more turns? I should be okay. I'm gonna Wide Guard in case they're probably gonna. Nope, they're not protecting. Well, they could. I'm still faster. Nope. Okay, there's a hit. Dropped special attack. Let's go. Rain Kiss. On the Whimsicott. Isn't it neutral against Zama? I'm gonna protect here because it's my last turn. And then I'm just gonna crunch. Okay. You probably don't have Terra Fairy then. Yeah, I mean, like, that was the only option that they could possibly do to withstand me, but Zama is neutral, isn't he? Like, isn't Fighting Weakness Fairy? I want to say yes. I'll bring up the type chart. Actually, no, we'll just, let's do this simply. Go on to Cerebi, hopefully it doesn't crash my computer. Shouldn't. I got a beefy setup now. 64 gigs of RAM. So we shouldn't have any slagging. Okay, so crowned. We are weak to fire, weak to fighting, round. Yeah, we're neutral as fairy. Before we were weak to it, but we're neutral. It looks like fighting. The fighting type is weak to fairy. Yeah, okay. So because we're steel, we take half damage from steel attacks, and we have the resistances, which is why I like Zamazenta and Zacian both. Steel, anyone that has steel typing is immaculate, my opinion. Archelodon, super good. But because we have the fighting type, we are weak against fairy, but because of the steel typing, we become resistant, which makes it neutral. So that's good. We still have like really good common weaknesses like fire, fighting, and ground, especially with Urshifu, Incineroar, or Ogerpon. And then a ground type, which Groudon, Landorus, those are pretty common. So, well, not necessarily Groudon, but Landorus. Landorus is pretty common. I haven't seen a lot of Heatran, so hopefully we see more of them in the regional. Anyway, I'm taking up. I'm yapping. I'm sorry. Let's move on. Okay, we've got Ice Rider Calyrex, Landorus Incarnate, Fluttermane, Raging Bolt, Chi-Yu, and Grimmsnarl. Farigiraf, Ogerpon, Chien-Pao, and Zamazenta. That's who we'll bring in. It's like almost instant click just because of the fact that we've fought against a team like this before, and we were able to unravel it. The changes of that team to this team is Grimmsnarl was added. I don't recall what the other one was. I want to say Incineroar or Urshifu, but this is still a really, really decent way of dealing with things. But now I turn off all of Grimmsnarl's stuff, so I can only really do screens. And I can now Terra with Ogerpon and take down this Chi-Yu and not really have to deal with any type of I don't really have to worry about anything. So I'm going to just protect, Terra, Stomping Tantrum right into Chi-Yu, and if it does not have Stash, it should go down here, unless Grimmsnarl sets up Reflect. Now, I can't do anything else on my team until Burgraff leaves. So it's pretty much like stuck between any priority moves that it has or any physical attacks. A lot of people don't really use a lot. I tend to use Spirit Breaker, but that could be different. Dark Pulse into... He's fast anyway, but how fast is he? Is he scarred? Well, he's gone, so I guess I don't have to worry about that. And Grimmsnarl didn't do foul play. Oh! Ogerpon just barely hanging on with 5 HP because of that. Fluttermane comes in the battle next. Shiny, let's go. Booster Energy Fluttermane. Speed was heightened. That is upsetting. Upsetty spaghetti. Okay. So this is kind of forcing me to use Trick Room here, which is what they want. It is 100% exactly what they want. So I'll just go ahead and use Prison to stop that. And I'll Spiky Shield because that Fluttermane right now does outspeed me. So Spiky Shield comes up to protect me for the turn. Dazzling Gleam. This is a spread move. Play. Okay, I actually could have... Well, no, I couldn't have attacked. Could not have attacked. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and sacrifice the Ogerpon. I have no reason to keep it up right now. But in the event that they're not attacking it with Dazzling Gleam, I'm just going to hit into it. I doubt it. There's no reason why they wouldn't. Absolutely none. Dazzling Gleam. It's going to take down the Ogerpon. I'm okay with that. Play. Okay, let's bring out Qian Pao. Let's go ahead and swap into Zama, just to kind of swap him or switch him up for a little bit, and hit the Fluttermane, hopefully get the KO because it was booster energy with the speed boost. Probably not the bulkier build, but we'll see. Zama. Sucker Punch into the Fluttermane. Oh, it's not. It's weaker. Dazzling Gleam. That will take out the Qian Pao, though. Right on the Zama, and he just took it like a champ. Took it like a champ. Foul play. What are you? Will you introduce Fargra? Behemoth Bash. You, and I'm going to protect. I need to be able to go faster. They relied on heavily getting me to do Trick Room. Fake Tears, it's going to drop my stuff to defense 2 stages. Now this also could have been very obviously changed if I brought Whimsicott. Foul Play goes into the Protect. Does. Andrus. So they did not bring. Okay. This is super interesting then. I think I lost this. To be honest, I think I'm donezo. Yeah, I think I'm donezo. Because here comes that -2. Yep, that -2 helped them. The fake tears. Foul Play goes into Farigiraf, which oddly enough does a ton. Now I know that I have 100% full IVs and EVs into. Well, I have full IVs because I hyper train. I use the bottle caps into that slot, or to all of them, because I like having maxes. I don't think that would have helped in my case because Foul Play still relies on the attack power. Although it's really, really funny that it can pretty much do so much damage to Farigiraf when at level 50. It has a max attack of 99. Now, if I was smart enough and got 0 attack IVs, it would be 85. So 99 to 85, it's only 14 points. I mean, that is a lot for most people. So obviously you guys could disagree with me there. I don't think that it's a lot. But apparently it's enough to cause it to do huge chunks of my HP for sure. It's funny how if I tried doing that, it doesn't do that much damage, and then when they do it, it does a ton. But still, there was a good switch up on their part. Absolutely. It would have been a completely different story if I brought in Whimsicott, but I didn't. So yay me. Okay. Ooh. We have Zamazenta, Qianpao, Dragonite, Incineroar, Tinglu, and Raging Bolt. Okay, so they have a lot of priority. We're gonna also use our own priority because get lost. We're gonna bring in Farigiraf. Actually, I could possibly like pick them out. Let's do Whimsicott, Fluttermane, and then Farigiraf. And because of the Pokemon that they have, right? I want to bring in Qianpao. Qianpao would actually do well against the majority of the Pokemon there, including Zamazenta. That would do immaculate. Yeah, let's do that. Let's not bring in Zamazenta. We're probably idiots for thinking this, but with the majority of the team, we literally have one Pokemon that can easily wipe them out. Another Pokemon that can set up to get rid of anti-priority. Stops Dragonite, would stop Qianpao, and we have ways of disrupting their goals. So if we can do that, it's great. All right, Fluttermane and Whimsicott versus Tinglu and Dragonite. So right off the bat, I think we just protect, and I just Dazzling Gleam because it's super effective against the both of them. And I don't really have to worry about the priority stuff right now. Now, they probably saw Farigiraf and was like, oh, well, you're going to do this. Swap. Here comes Zama. Can't read that. It's a Master Ball. Qianpao. Okay. Okay. Terra. This goes to Tinglu. This is probably poison. Yep. What do I have for anti-poison? None, because Ogerpon's in the back. But we can do at least a little bit of damage over to Qianpao. Terra Blast, Terra Poison just goes into Fluttermane, which is probably going to take it just fine. Apparently not. What? Oh, he's a physical attacker. That's right. That's right. Now that makes sense. That absolutely makes sense. Okay. Qian Pao. So our strat is kind of lost here. Swap to Burgraph. And I'll strike Qian Pao. Yeah, we lost our strat. We should have been a little bit stronger, but that's okay. Burgraph stops Ice Shard. Armor Tail. So we did stop that at least. There goes our Pokemon. So where did Tinglu go? Terra Blast. Is this Burgraph? Yes. He's physically built. How is he taking... It's a little too much. That's way too much for my taste. Zama comes on the field. It's that +1 Dauntless Shield. Let's go. Let's go ahead and Hyper Voice. Terra, Sacred Shield. Sacred Sword, not Sacred Shield. Sacred Sword into Zama, who is well, they can't Terra, but is probably going to use some fighting move. All right, Tinglu retreats. Here comes Dragonite. Because we know all four. I don't have an answer for Tinglu. Honestly, I should have just brought in Burgraph and not worried about Whimsicott. Scarlet Sword. That's a lot of damage to Zama, and that ignores his defense boost. Fighter Press does nothing. Hyper Voice. It's nothing on Zama. Crit on the Dragonite though. But I also get a proc of Throat Spray. So I'll protect now. And I think you're gonna protect on your guy, Zama. Spinner and take down Dragonite. So they didn't protect, which is probably not going to help me. Because now here comes Heavy Slam, could also be Crunch. Something that goes into Qian Pao. Heavy Slam. I survive. I will get taken down next turn, but I do survive. I 100% survive. Now Tinglu. Special attack, okay. Let's go ahead. Hyper Voice. Sacred Sword. Wide Guard, not bad. But Sacred Sword takes down Zama, which should allow me to now attack into Tinglu. You survive? Nope. Dang it. Now it's just Whimsicott versus Tinglu, and Whimsicott doesn't do any damage to Tinglu. Wait, what? The user's done! That doesn't what? Earthquake. That doesn't make any sense. The user is gone. It should be gone then. Oh, that's I mean, unfortunately, the game's over. I can't do anything to Tinglu, which is why I was like, I should have brought an Ogerpon. I think Ogerpon would have done quite a bit to this Pokemon. Having Whimsicott and Burgraph in the party was not like the best way to go. I think opening up with Burgraph and maybe Zama or Burgraph and like Ogerpon or something like that, or just something, just to swap in Burgraph later on to take away the abilities of using their Terra items. Like that would have done so much better. We'll just go ahead and Moonblast it. Yeah, we outspeed. It doesn't matter. It does nothing. Earthquake? Why are you doing Earthquake? Bro, why are you doing Earthquake? Earthquake don't do nothing. I mean, it did a little more than half. Wait, are you banded? I mean, it could have been. If it was banded, that wasn't bad. It didn't heal in between turns. Interesting. I might have won potentially. If I brought Zama and was just able to just use wide guard, I probably would have not received any damage. That's interesting. Okay. Oof. Oh no. We have Shadow Rider Calyrex, Wheezing, Dondozo, Tatsugiri, Mousehold, and Iron Hands. Oh boy. Okay, so what would be my options here? What would be my option? I don't know what I could do. Can't Armor Tail. I don't have any abilities. I wouldn't have any abilities. Burgerath, Fluttermane, Samazenta, Ogrecon. I think that's all that I can do. This Wheezing stuff that people are using needs at least update the game to where Calyrex's abilities are affected by Wheezing, because it not being affected by that ability is kind of bad, to be honest with you. There's no way for me to really accurately get a dub because of the fact it's like, okay, it's really hard. It's absolutely hard. You have Neutralizing Gas, which activates right off the bat, but Calyrex still has its abilities because it has 2, I guess. I don't know. Fluttermane has an item that literally procs its abilities and it doesn't work. That ability gets nerfed, but Calyrex is able to run free with both. That does not make any sense to me. But I'm going to protect on Fluttermane and do Trick Room on the Friggraph to hopefully be able to outspeed this Calyrex. But they do open with Calyrex and Wheezing. That's not great. I really hate this open. It's really tough. They're going to Terra. This is going to get Calyrex, make it Fairy. Ghost. Gotcha. Probably just going straight into Astral Barrage. Or Shadow Ball or something. I mean, Friggraph isn't affected at all, so I can use this with no problem. Pollen Pup. Oh, I barely survived with 9 HP. Oh, wee. Okay. Owie. Okay, we'll protect. And I'll just go ahead and Shadow. I think they're going to protect. There's no reason why they wouldn't. They opened up with Pollen Pop. Yeah, I'm going to hit the Wheezing. They withdrew. Okay. That's fine. It's not bad. This does proc Fluttermane. They also withdrew Calyrex. Okay, so it's Dondozo and Tatsugiri. Those are the last 2. Okay, so I have to deal with those 2 and then these 2. And these 2 are probably the most annoying ones to deal with overall. But now Trick Room is active, and it's going to be really rough for me now. But I'm looking at my second monitor as I say it's, you know, but leftovers. Okay. I think that I'm streaming on Twitch or YouTube. I'm not, honestly, I'm not. But I do have Pokemon that can take advantage of this. So I'm not particularly upset with this. Let's go ahead and Imprison. And I'll go ahead and hit Dondozo again. This is to stop protects if they don't go for... Okay, they went for it. That's fine. Take down both. I don't care. Okay, Friggraph goes down. That's fine. Crit. That's a lot of damage. So they already used their Terra. I'm going to bring out Ogerpon, which is probably like the worst decision, but I don't think that they're going to be worried about that per se. I'm going to Terra Hornleech into Dondozo, and I'm just going to Moonblast. I could protect, I should protect, but I didn't. My hope is that I am slower than Dondozo, so I attack first, because everything is boosted. The better strat was to bring out Zama. Okay. Thank goodness. Zama was also a really good choice because then I could potentially use Wide Guard, which then doesn't get affected by anything that Dondozo is going to do to me. That's fine. Leech. And I'm going to protect. I'm Horn Leeching and protecting in case if they're truly are faster than I am. I think I've got one more turn of Trick Room left. When I checked before losing, it was 3. So that should have been 2. This should be 1. So I should have. He is slower than me. Oh. All right. It's a lot of damage. They're gonna get it all back though. I can't win. I don't see a victory. Unfortunately, I do not see a victory. I have 3 Pokemon or 4 Pokemon to take down, and I have 1 healthy Pokemon and 1 that's not. And 1 that can get the erase abilities. And yeah. I mean, Trick Room is gone now, so that's cool. But is it going to be enough for me to be able to counteract or to counter? I don't know. I don't think so. Protect. This is going to give him another turn of healing. If Zamazenta had like Faint, it just kind of goes through Protect, that would be dope. That'd be so broken if he did. I want to see if he has Faint after this. I doubt it, but it would be funny if he did. Just gonna go with these 2. That's the only thing I can do. Oop, Aody's logging in. Shoutouts to you. See you. Still need to get my Charmander from him. I apologize so much. Body press. Not enough. Are you serious? Are you serious? It does it. It plays the game. Like, there's not a whole lot that I could do. Like if I had Haze or something, it probably would have done much better for me. But they're gonna protect. Like Imprison here would be excellent, but unfortunately I lost Burgraph too early. Just lost him. It's gonna be a good weekend though. Absolutely good weekend. I have another cool thing. Instead of working a 10-hour day on Friday, they're actually letting us go home at like 8. Not 8 p.m., but after 8 hours, so I actually get off on a normal time. Which Fridays are like pure overtime. So, I'm actually really excited. Super excited. Yeah, I'll just go into it. I lost this one. Body press takes down the Dante with just so little HP left. Just so little HP left. It's insane, because now here comes Shadow Rider, and I can't do anything about it. I can't do anything about it. Actually, he's got one weakness. You know what? Let's try it. I want to see if it works. Give me this content. I want to see if it works. Give it to me. I know it outspeed Tatsugiri. Unless it has Scar. Which is very possible. But I should be able to outspeed Tatsugiri. I will not be able to outspeed Calyrex though, but it doesn't have any stats. It's just Terra Ghost. Shadow Ball. Is it enough? What? It is! Dang it! I was so hoping for the content. So hoping. But nope. That was a really hard battle. There wasn't a whole lot that I could really do to counteract that. Even if I made the right decision, right, to bring out Zamazenta and just start using Wide Guard, that would have saved me one turn because Wave Crash would have came in after that. I don't have Haze, I don't have Clear Smog, so that is probably going to be something that I will have to start carrying because so many Pokemon rely on plus and minuses now. Like if I was to go through every Pokemon that is like in the top 10 or maybe the top 20, I could probably come up with a fairly decent list of Pokemon that would benefit with some sort of plus or minus. And the Calyrexes, obviously, they heavily rely on that stuff. The Weezing, that kind of negated. Right. The only thing that you can do is use the ability shield, which takes up an item slot. I can't do that on Zamazenta. There's no reason to put it on Fluttermane because I don't have Sun. It would work against Whimsicott, but I'm not. Yeah, that's really, really tough. Absolutely tough. Did I brought in Furgraf, didn't I, instead of Whimsicott? I mean, it's really, really hard. It's super hard. I don't know what you could have done there. It's rough. It's rough. I mean, Tailwind would have been like the best choice, but Jesus, what do you do? And that, ladies and gentlemen, and Pokefans alike, is going to be the end of today's video. Out of 36 battles, we are equal in wins and losses, putting our final rank of this video at 5,946. I gotta say, we didn't do too well today, folks, and there's a lot to go over. Obviously, a lot of people have gotten tired of dealing with the Trick Room setups and all this other stuff, right? And having dual speeds is not a bad thing. It's not. It hinders the thought process that you would like on the team. Farigiraf, for one, does stop Trick Room users. But if they use teams that both are super fast and then are super slow, it doesn't really make a difference if Farigiraf's in the fray or not. They're gonna move pretty well within and out, especially when they have Tornadus and Whimsicott and other Pokemon that set up Tailwind. Makes it incredibly difficult. So the question becomes, how do we counteract that when the possibility of even the reasons why I have Pokemon in the team don't get used as much? I mean, I've been using Farigiraf quite a bit. Now, I've used a lot of my Pokemon through this series so far, so I can't be upset at what I have. I think utilizing every single one is actually really, really good. Now, there's a one-off chance that we have Pokemon that is like Dondozo, that gets a +2 and everything. Is it hard to take down? Sure. It is incredibly hard to take down a Dondozo. Is it impossible? No, especially when we generally outspeed the Pokemon to begin with. And if we are able to just rely on the strategy of I use Tailwind first and then do stuff, that's completely fine with what I would like to do on the ladder all the way around. Completely. And it makes a lot of sense. However, that being said, it's not always good to use Burgraph just because I could. I think there's some changes that we could make to the team. I'm not sure where to start because I think that's pretty solid, but I'm biased, obviously. I would love to hear what you guys think, and I would love to see what you guys think down below in the comments, or just join the Discord and have a good conversation with me there. I can give you guys a little bit more of a generalized thought without taking up like an hour or two more of your guys' time. If you guys want to see the team breakdown of what they're specifically built for, let me know, as I have time this weekend to create a video like that and give you guys a detailed list of what I can and cannot counter with a lot of specific Pokemon that I have. There is something that is a huge counter to my team, and obviously a lot of people are going with bulk now, which is something that a lot of people should start shifting to once you understand how your team works. Like my team right now works incredibly well. Would they do better with a little bit more bulk? Sure, absolutely. But I also don't want to ruin what I've got by changing one or two stats around. Because as soon as I do, I'm going to run into either a mirror match or something consistent that makes it incredibly hard. I do have ways of countering both Alyrexes now, either by speed tier or by whatever they're trying to do for like Terra types, whatnot, right? I do have options like that, so I can stop them. I have options for Miraidon, not Koraidon right away, and I do have something for Koraidon, but it's not consistent enough for me to be like, this is the answer. I mean, Ogerpon answers a lot of different Pokemon. Amoonguses, Rillabooms, can answer Dondozos if I'm able to play it correctly. I wasn't in this video. But it does answer the ice type problem, the fire type problem, and the water type problem. These are the three that I had issues with. Zamazenta answers the normal problem, the dark problem, as well as the fairy problem. And if I have to run into a psychic Pokemon, I mean, Crunch is there, but it's not there. Doing a little bit of damage is not bad, but it can still do something against my opponents, at least do just a little bit of chip damage, but he hasn't really done anything to protect himself. He really just protects the team. Now, knowing that Wide Guard protects the Pokemon regardless if they're on the field or not, that's really interesting to know. I had no idea. I still believe that once the user leaves, the effect should be off, because that doesn't make any sense to me, but at the same time, it is what it is. I guess Feint is the only thing that can stop a Wide Guard user, or maybe it just stops that user from protecting. I don't know. I would love to hear what you guys think down below, because I don't know, and I would love to do some testing. I will do some testing this weekend. Chian-Pao answers a lot of other different questions. Since everyone's building a bulkier Fluttermane, I'm not able to KO it as consistently as I want to, which is a bummer. It just means that I have to start carrying around something else besides Sucker Punch to be able to start KOing Pokemon. Maybe use it on a different target altogether, just to be able to knock them out, just so that I have an easier chance of getting to where I want to be. But I do have an answer to Miraidon with Chian-Pao. I have an answer to other grass types if Ogerpon isn't on the field, dragon types, and I did say grass already, but I also have answers to the Pokemon that use stats that get a bunch of status buffs, like Zamazenta. Zacian, not so much, but it does get a boost in attack, but Sacred Sword does stop Mucks, Smeargles, and I can get through a lot of other Pokemon, especially if they do like Terra normal, right? Depending on what it is. Farigiraf stops Trick Rooms, Tranksters, wow. Trick Room, Fluttermane is incredibly fast, stops, it's the answer for dragon types, ghost types, psychic types. So it does have those things. And because we have the booster energy, we outspeed a lot. But once they Terra into something that I can't defend against, or I just do neutral too, kind of makes Fluttermane kind of like a moot point. I could potentially just go ahead and replace Fluttermane and just bring out or use someone else like Golden Go, which does like steel typing, but I already have a lot of that typing done with Zamazenta. So there's no reason for me to take out someone that has 307 speed that I know is consistent, that can do a ton of damage, and obviously has access to protects, and to use someone else. It's weird because the only Pokemon I haven't touched yet is Whimsicott, and Whimsicott just kind of, it has Tailwind and Helping Hand. It does stuff. Is it a main attacker? No, but it does shut off some Pokemon. But each one of my Pokemon have a reason to be there. It's just harder and harder to get used to them or even use them. Right now, I don't have a counter to Poison and I think Fighting. Well, Fighting's weak against Fairy, but I don't think I have a counter to Poison. So the current team that I have now, I do have a lot of a wide range of stuff covered, but when you have a show 6 bring 4, it makes it really difficult. Anyways, I'll stop yapping. There's so much that I can get into, but I don't want to take up an hour of your guys' time. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you guys want to help out support a small guy here on YouTube, please consider leaving a like, comment, and subscribe. It does help out the channel quite a bit. Join the Discord. Everything like that is going to be in the description down below. I did change that, by the way. I'm hoping you guys enjoy the new design, and if you guys do, please let me know, and if you guys don't, let me know and I'll change everything back, because I want you guys to like my stuff. Anyways, it's down there if you guys want to watch it. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Take care of yourself, have a good one, and I'll see you then.